Hi everyone, it's Lori Pinto from Lollipop Paper and LollipopPaperandInk.com. I'm back today with the second half of the Back to Basics video series, and this time we're talking about the stamparatus. But there was so much to say that I needed to do it in two different parts. So hopefully this won't be long, but I wanted to just actually do some stamping to show you how great this is when we're doing individual techniques. So before I start though, we did this card yesterday and with the first half of the video, and this was my original sample, and I did this one. Now what I should have done, and I realized afterwards, was I should have used a bigger piece of cardstock when I was stamping, doing the hinge stamping going all the way down, because I ran a little bit short down here, which isn't a big deal, but it just saves the pressure of it not of doing all the work to get down to that last image, and then it's not going to work. So so I would suggest that you use a much larger piece and then just trim it down, which is what I did here. So I just picked this up. I didn't realize that it was going to be a little bit short. So let me show you again how that hinge stamping works, because it is the top selling point for this stamparatus. So this is, I'm going to use the Winter Woods. I showed you my favorite card so far from this set, and I used the hinge stamping to do the background here with these trees. Well, actually it's just the bark of the trees. So this is the Winter Woods bundle, and it comes with the in the Woods framelits dies, and it's just fabulous. It has this, I guess I just did this as a little practice to see what this was all about, but look at this die. It has these little layers that you can just pop out with your bone folder, and I don't know, maybe put a little embossing paste on there, and then it would look like snow. I mean, I that's on my list. I can't wait to do that. They also have two of these thinlits that that are just adorable too. I did something with that. Oh, I did this card here just by doing that right on top of some DSP. So this is a bundle that I'm just sure it will be around for a while. So, oops, so let me just do this quick and show you the advantage. Oh, that's why, it's because my magnet flew across the table. So that will let me explain about my magnet too. I put tape on it. A lot of people can get away with just washi tape, but I couldn't. I think it's because I have the two layers. I have, this is the magnet and this is the magnet. So this is just, every time I picked it up, I would just pull the washi tape right off of it. But so that's why I have that. And I used duct tape for this. So here there's no, I took the pad out because I'm using the clear red rubber, and there's no pressure of where I'm going to put this, because I am going to definitely trim it when I'm done. But this is how simple. I don't think I used the smoky slate last time, but this is just how simple this hinge works. And for doing multiples, it's just the end all. Another reason too that I did the tape and that it's working out well for me for that is because I don't often have nail polish on. You know, usually I just have clear, but I realized, and I didn't realize it at the time, see I'm just going down one hinge, that I was trying to pick up the magnets, and I was like trying to pick them up and fussing, and then it ended up that I had nail polish marks on my project. So that was a no-brainer. I did not want that. So you can see how easy this is and how beautiful. I mean, whoever had this idea is top of my list. So that's how I'll do that. So I'll do another card with this stamp set, and this could just be used for anything. It does not have to be for the holidays. So okay, so I wanted to show you how we're going to work that. Next, I wanted to show you the actual two, I think what I have today is 3-step stamping, excuse me, and this is the photopolymer. So I'm going to put my cushion back on, and I'm using the Nothing Sweeter stamp set for this. I'll go back up here, and I am going to make multiples of this because of what my design is in my head. So I won't make you sit through the whole thing. But this is how we got this image with the 3 different steps. So let's use this. I'm going to be cutting out, so it's not going to matter. I'm not going to have to trim it down. So we'll just start with the outline. So I just place my outline here. Now I'm going to use my other magnet because, like I said in the first video, these photopolymer stamps just make the paper just jump all over the place. So I don't want that to happen. Okay, so let's do that in the Mossy Meadow. Does that look straight? I don't know. There is grids here, but it's going to be cut out, so I guess it's okay. So I'll start with the Mossy Meadow. This is a really juicy stamp set. All of the new ones are, but it just seems like the darker colors. Now, if I wanted to do this again and stamp it again, this time I would go down 2 hinges. So maybe I'll stamp off for this one because it's just a little wider. Okay, so then I'm going to do my second image, and this is where the second plate comes in handy. I'll just place the image right over. Excuse my hair, my big hair. Okay, and pick that up. See, again, that's why I always pop it right into the corner there, because I don't want to have to be fussing with exactly where I left it. And since I have my case on this side, I do need to put something on there just so I have some even coverage. Beautiful. I think I see one little dot there. Just things like that make me crazy. So I'm going to just redo that. Perfect. Excellent. Okay, so step 2 is done. Step 3 would be our little lights. And what I would do here is come back up. I would leave these stamps on if I was doing more than one, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to leave these stamps right where they were. And now I'm going to just place my lights here and go back, take this plate, turn it over to the other side, and grab this one. And let's use Lovely Lipstick for this. See how easy that is? And if you had to do multiples of this, it would just be so simple to just line them up and do it that way. So that's the 3-step stamping. If I had a 4-step, I would use the top plate, turn it over, and put it on that way. Okay? All right, so we went over that. So let's do, the last thing I wanted to show you was the 2-color on a stamp set, on an image. And the way you can achieve that, you just wipe my hands, my plate, and the stamp. So the way you can achieve that is if you I use my the Stampin' Right markers. I'm assuming you could use the blends, but I didn't this time. I just used the Stampin' Right ones. So let's use that. That's how I came up with this label, Thinking of You This Season. And actually I forgot that my black ink, but I'm just gonna use the Mossy Meadow for that. Whoops. So For that one, we just need a short one. This one is going to be cut out also, so I don't have to worry about trimming it afterwards. And this is the clear red rubber, so we don't need to do the pad. I can take that out. Okay. Okay, so what I would do is just place it still where I wanted it, pick it back up, and maybe I'll just do one of the words to show you, because I'm already longer than I want it to be. And all you would do is take your marker and fill in the part of the stamp that you want to be that color. And you don't have to worry about if it doesn't come out perfect the first time. That's the beauty of the stamparatus. You just do it again. This pen is new too, and it's very, very juicy. So look how beautiful that is. And then if I wanted to take it, well, I would wipe this off just to be sure I'm not getting it on me. And the black. Or gray, I think this is, yeah, it is black. Okay, same thing. If it doesn't come out right the first time, at least you're not positioning things. You know that it's going to be perfect every time. And there you go. So those are the 3 actual techniques that I wanted to show you today. I hope if you have the stamparatus, that you came away with something extra that you didn't know about it or haven't used it before that way. If you don't have it, I would strongly recommend it. Like I said last time, the more you use it, the more comfortable you get with it, and the easier it is. And then you're going to realize that you're not going to want to be without it. So if you do order it, as always, I would be so grateful if you chose me as your demonstrator. But so right now that concludes our second part of the Back to Basics. So I hope you did get something from it. I think our next Back to Basics will be, we're going to get right into embossing. Just regular basic heat embossing. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Have a good one.